Good day, Sir Giovanni, and other viewers of this presentation. The topic assigned to me is on the theology of the priestly religious vow of poverty. The title of my paper is The Poor in Spirit, a Theology of the Priestly Religious Vow of Poverty. A rich young ruler once asked Jesus on how to assure a place in heaven, given that he has followed all the commandments. Jesus answered in Matthew chapter 19, verse 21, wherein he said, "If you wish to be perfect, go, sell what you have, and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come, follow me." So this is the starting point of my presentation. First of all, the objectives of my presentation are: 1. Who are referred to as poor in spirit. 2. What is the priestly religious vow of poverty? 3. What is the meaning of this religious poverty? So basically, I will discuss about Jesus' experience and teachings in material poverty and poor in spirit, the religious life as an imitation of the life of Christ, and about the vow of poverty and religious poverty. So let's start. In 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 9, "For you know the gracious act of our Lord Jesus Christ, that for your sake he became poor, although he was rich, so that by his poverty you might become rich." As we all know, Jesus was born in material poverty. He was born in a manger and wrapped in swaddling clothes. His parents, Saint Joseph and the Virgin Mary, can only afford two pigeons as a sacrifice for the birth purification ritual. Then, he was a carpenter just like his father. In his public ministry, he has little to no possessions. So, being one like us, he was limited, poor, and subject to our human reality except sin. Christ's poverty consists in his act of emptying himself, his willingness to be stripped of everything, his humbling himself, kenosis, for our sake. So, in his preachings, while on the Sermon on the Mount, he discussed about the Beatitudes to his apostles and to a large crowd of listeners. In Matthew chapter 5 verse 3, he said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." So, what is this poor in spirit, or who are those poor in spirit? So, they are willing to bear a painful and humble condition. Then, they are aware of their spiritual lack and utter need of God. Uh, Jesus Christ was rich with the richness of God, but he lowered himself to us and made himself poor. So to be poor in spirit is letting oneself be enriched by the poverty of Christ, to desire not to be rich with other riches, but those of Christ. This is what Pope Francis said. So we move to religious life. We Catholics believe that religious life is rooted in the exemplary life of Jesus and the apostles. Religious life is originated from the hermetic experiences of the Desert Fathers and early Church Fathers. Saint Francis of Assisi was the first to adopt the three primary vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience. He wrote, "The rule and life of the lesser brothers is this: to observe the holy gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ, living in obedience without anything of our own, and in chastity." So, what are the basis of these religious or priestly religious vows or evangelical advices? They were provided in canon law and in the Catechism of the Catholic Church. To summarize, a priestly or religious vow is a publicly made sacred promise approved by the Church, wherein a member of a religious community responds with her whole life to God's invitation to love Him completely and without reserve. In particular, what is this vow of poverty? This vow of poverty is inspired by Christ, since Christ embraced voluntary poverty as a constituent element of his redemptive mission. In the Old Testament, poverty was viewed as evil. However, Christ brought a new spiritual dimension to poverty, wherein the renunciation of richness brings about a religious value. So, the vow of poverty is less on personal freedom on economic goods. It emphasizes more on the basic personal and institutional attitudes of solidarity, sharing, charity, moderation, justice, contentment with a simple life. Pope Francis added a quest for justice. For Pope Francis, religious poverty places a mendicant in the same situation of rejection that Jesus experienced. So in a way, this is a participation of the life of suffering of Christ. For Saint Dominic and the Dominicans, poverty is a social condition demanded by the humble mission of proclaiming and defending the truth of the Gospels. For the Society of Jesus, poverty is seen as the ascesis, or the practice of severe self-discipline of renunciation and availability for the apostolate. So, the Jesuits are required to live a simple life. However, for the accomplishment of their apostolate or their mission, they can acquire material goods. Then for the Augustinians, interior poverty, not desiring to possess things, is given priority over exterior poverty, not possessing things. We move to the dimensions of religious poverty. First, religious poverty is a charism. At the most profound level is a special gift from the Lord before it can be a response to the Lord's love. Then it has a communal dimension which refers to the unity aspect of fraternal life and spring from the poverty process professed. Then it has a service missionary dimension, attitude of complete dependence on God. It has an ecological dimension which equates to simplicity of life and mutual sustainability not only for our fellow man but also for the other creatures here on earth. It also is of concern not only of this present generation but of also of our future generations. Then, apostolic ascetical dimension involves a certain degree of renunciation, kenosis, and sharing in the paschal life of Jesus. To conclude, Jesus Christ experienced material poverty. Then, he also preached about material poverty and also the poor in spirit, which is letting oneself be enriched by the poverty of Christ. Then, religious life is an imitation of the life of Christ, wherein they profess and practice the three religious vows. Then, in particular, the religious vow of poverty or this religious poverty has dimensions of charism, communal, missionary, ecological, and apostolic dimensions. Lastly, the religious poverty is not living in abject poverty, but as Pope Francis said, it is solidarity, sharing, charity, and expressed in moderation, in the quest for justice, and in contentment with a simple life. Thank you very much.